do 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 do. So why are you running away? Is that Hooba's thing that I'm singing? Be by my side through the sacrifice. You know I'd do that for you. Okay, I don't know if that's gonna work, Derek. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Free. Good morning, Herbie. Good morning, Derek. I don't know if that's gonna work, my guy. Good morning, nerd. Good morning, Freak. What the hell, Free? You're usually here like halfway through the show. Good morning, Catzilla. Good morning, the Waz. Good morning, my friends. Buck up this morning, my friends. Buck up. This shirt, courtesy of the Herbs. It's a cool back to the shirt. Thank you. Thank you to the guy in the blue. Good morning, Paige. Good morning, Mr. Phillips. Good morning, Jonathan. Good morning. Why are you running? I don't know. I always have like Hoobastank running in my head. I was gonna do good morning to everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button if you'd like to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Good morning, Sarah. It's good to see you here this morning, Sarah. Good morning. I was thinking that I would finish that thing. Hold on, let me show you the thing. I had a late night last night because I got new Lego here. Good morning. I'm usually here from the start, but no, I know you are Free. I know. Plus, it's always good to have like that superstar that like pops in every once in a while. You're like, oh yeah, Free. Remember, I'm friends with Free. Yeah. So it's good that you're here, and then like we can remind people that like, good morning, Cody. Good morning, Bill D. Good morning, Alexander. Good morning. So, let me take a swig of this and get this out of my hands here. Glad we're all here this morning, on Monday morning. So I thought I'd shoot us back to one of my old school 2 years ago. You want to do Legos together? Let's do some Legos. So last night, or yesterday, I was at the store. What even is this that we're watching? What is this show? I'm B. If you're here, usually it's Tea with Pops. He talks about shrooms and stuff. I typically don't anymore. I talk about a lot of different things. We might get to the philosophy book today. I doubt it. I think we're going to get stuck on Lego today. A couple years ago, Derek Anderson and I, we bonded over Lego. And I've been a big fan of Lego for, well, I don't know, how long have you been alive? How long have I been alive? You know, ever since. Lego's been around, what, mid-70s? Early 70s, I think? Maybe even 60s? I'm not sure. I saw a show on it. You know, you got Lego Masters and all. They give you all the history about Lego and whatnot. But, like, I grew up with it all, and it was a lot of fun putting this stuff together, and, like, you were either into Legos or you were into model cars. like as a kid in the 80s. Like you either were into remote controlled vehicles like RC cars, trucks, or airplanes. You were either into remote controlled vehicles, uh, Lego and action figure, or sports when you were growing up. When I was growing up, that's what the kids had. We had RC everything. Everything had like its own little 9-volt battery that you would lick the battery and it would like give you that little that little charge that you don't realize you're sending an electrical you're electrocuting yourself when you're licking the 9-volt battery as a kid. But you licked it, of course you did. I did. Who doesn't lick the battery? Who doesn't look at that 9-volt battery when you unplug it from the little thing, that little snap-on thing onto the 9-volt, right? Or not the 9, the thing. Maybe it's not even the 9-volt, the little baby one with the 2 prongs on there, and it snaps in, and you unsnap it. You don't instinctively look at that and you go, I used to put my tongue on that. I'm not even trying to get gross. I'm saying this is what we did. Alright? You know you would lick the battery. If you didn't lick the battery, you didn't have batteries as a kid. Okay? Everybody licked the battery. Everybody ate glue. Okay? If you didn't lick the battery, someone else put the batteries in for you. If you didn't lick the battery, you licked too many batteries and you weren't allowed to anymore. Okay? What's Brock doing? Why does Brock have all the battery? I had, at one time, I'm not a battery licker. I was gonna make up a battery licking story. That's not my thing. I don't lick batteries. I ate glue. I ate glue a little bit as a kid. Should we get to the Legos? This is what happens when you eat glue as a kid. So yesterday, I bought this guy. I bought this guy. Little diorama. I was at the store. It's a 3-in-1. I was at the store and I was like, hey Pops, I'm gonna build a new world. Hold on. Let me show you the old world. For those of you that haven't been paying attention or following along, the old world. There's the old world with the big old bong in the middle. I'm gonna get that bong out of there. So that's the first world. That's first world, right? Oh, let's go back here. So here's the beginning of the new world. I've got some Sonic going on right there. Bingo bongo. It's actually what spurred the idea of a new world is these two Sonic sets. I kind of want to get another Sonic set. They've got really cool. Good morning, everybody that I haven't said good morning to, by the way. Good morning, Niffer, Cleany, so on and so on and so on. Thank you, Nathan. Leave the bong, Eric says. It kind of fits, though, right? It kind of just a big old, bongo. So, I thought that was a dead... Sorry about the lag there. Are we back? That was bad lag. Are we back? Morning, Woody. Good morning. There we go. Alright, we're back. Thank you, Derek. So, this guy, it could be, one of, a couple of amusement, options. And I went with the roller coaster one. I could have easily picked the... Remember when you were, at the amusement park and you had, the ride with the swings? And you would sit in the swings, and then it would try to murder every child in the swing by throwing them around. You know what I mean? It's you're basically an onion in an onion bag, but you're an onion in a seat held by unchecked chains, rusty, linked chains, creaky. You heard your chair age as the thing lifted up to make sure that you are now comfortable 7 feet off the ground to start off, right? And then and then it swung you around, and you're now, remember, you're now you're riding around like for fun. By the way, for fun. This is what you did at amusement parks. You swung, so you're riding around like this, and the chain, like you're looking at the chain rust. Because what else are you gonna do while you're riding in the chair and you're getting swung around at 100 miles an hour and your face is like, ah! And you can't scream. No, you can't scream because your scream is getting thrown back into your mouth as you're flying around in your, like, you're ah! Right? But, like, only you can hear your scream. Like, no one else around, like, they think you're laughing because of, like, the acoustic, like, the you know, like you're, right? Right? But if you follow that all the way around, it would sound like, right? Like, you know that nothing is safe about what you're doing. And, like, 45 seconds later, like, Timmy's already flown 315 feet off in the distance. You heard the chain snap. You heard it and you saw it. You're like, what? There goes Timmy. You know? And nothing happened. Nobody ever talked about it. All you ever saw was a big old ambulance, like, come in, pick up Timmy and the big old teddy bear they gave him as a prize because he made it further than the last one. You know what I mean? 315 feet. Boom! Got him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I rode that ride. I loved the chair ride. Loved it. I had no idea I was supposed to die every time I got on that chair ride. No idea. I didn't know. So, we could have done the chair ride or the one, you know, the one, like, you go up on it and the ride operator, obviously there's a camera on you to get your reaction, and the ride operator tells you, the ride's broke, your seatbelt's broken, you're gonna fly out of it, hold on a minute while I check, and, like, he goes over, and then boom, drops, and you're like, ah! Right, and he laughs, like, got him, you know, horrible, I don't want to do that. So, let's just make the roller coaster. Okay. There's a lot of that's a build-up. It's a big build-up. I got 3 bags left. There were 9 bags total. I did 6 last night, and at the end of 6, I was like, I could finish this in like an hour and a half. It'd be no problem finishing this. I want to finish this. You know, like, you know how when you rig something up, you're like, oh man, I got more to do. I gotta do it all. You know, and then and I got down to it, and I was like, you know, it'd be a lot of fun to do this on camera. So we are rigging up some Lego on camera this morning. Hope everybody's alright with that. We might get to do it. This is what we're going to do. And I'll try and get in and talk to you guys. So, I should have been a little bit better prepared for this, but here we are. So this is what we're doing on Monday. Sorry guys, I love you guys. What we got? We're going to hang out, do some Lego. I can't read anything you guys are saying. So let me jump in here real quick and talk to you guys. Bag 7. Alright. Bag 8. If you guys like, I can see emotes. So if you like an emote thing or whatever, I can see emotes, but like I can't really read specific names or specific words that are being said this morning. So, it's a different kind of show today, guys. Different kind of show. Love you. Happy Monday. I probably should have had some music come on, but production is out, okay? In fact, at our production meeting, half the crew was like, this is a terrible idea. Half of my crew was like, I can't believe we're even doing it. Hold on. The joke of the show is that I was going to do a Lego show and not a single Lego is going to be put together. That's the joke of the show. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are paying attention. Right? The writer's strike. D. Anderson says. This show was taped 6 months ago, actually. This show was... Oh, that was too funny, Derek. That was too funny, the writer's strike. Okay. Maybe I can bring this a little bit closer in to do. That was too funny. So let's just get to it. I'm gonna put things together and I'll look up and we'll talk and such. We'll get a little bit closer here. So that was too funny. Good. So my favorite, maybe I can answer some questions. How about that? Let's answer some questions while I put this together. So let's find a question first. Let's talk it out. Let's get a question here, and then I'll try and answer it while I do some Lego. How about that? Let's do that. Make it a little more interesting than just like watching me fumble around. So, if anybody has any questions or anything they want me to talk about, have I ever been to Legoland? I went to Legoland in California. I think it was like the grand opening of the Legoland, but we didn't really go that far into it because I think everybody saw on my face that this is where I belong. And I was about ready to get lost in Legoland, and I don't know if you've ever seen I don't know if you've ever seen a crack addict like turn into a crack addict. You know what I'm saying? Like, but as soon as I walked through the threshold of the Legoland, I think it was San Diego, in the Legoland, like I became like. And everyone was like, okay, get him out of there. Get him out of there. I think he's having an epileptic seizure. I think that's a seizure. And so, I don't know. I was Legoland once. So yeah, I hope that's, I'm not allowed to go there anymore. That's all. Any more questions? What else do people want to know? You know what I'm saying, nerd. You know? You're a weird dude. Thank you. I know I am. I'm a very weird dude. Someone said it helps to know that people are paying attention, actually. So, a lot of it, I think, is more of like the willingness to accept that like actual reality is pretty weird. Like, it really is. Actual reality is pretty weird. Like, if you think of it conceptually and, like, everything that goes on, like, humans as a creature, we are weird things. Like, what we gather for and we're video conferencing, basically, and texting, like, through YouTube. You know, a profile where... Or a place where, like, we used to watch Starter Up Steve cartoons, you know? Weird little, like, I've seen things. Like, if you haven't, like, the squirrel video for I've seen things, Like, if you look that up on, like, this is what, and it came down to, like, now we can hang out and do Lego and talk and such. Yeah, of course I'm a weird dude. So are you. You know? Welcome to, the atmosphere and, where you're at, my guy. Like, I would high five you, except look at my hand. You know? So. I sometimes come off as, maybe a little acerbic. A little more he's mad. And I'm not mad. I just, I'm not mad. What else do we got? Good morning to MVP. Good morning to Cobalt. Weirdness is awesome. Absolutely, it is, Cobalt. You know that. As much as anybody else does, right? You know? Weirdness is I almost don't, it's maybe not a gift, necessarily. It's more like a willingness. Weirdness is a willingness. So, am I real? Matt says, am I real? I don't know, Matt. The more and more that I've been watching these news stories and all about, the progression of reality, if you will, and, the progression of art and such. I read an article yesterday. I didn't go, deep reading the article, but I read an article yesterday about how there's a beauty contest, there's a beauty pageant for AI models. And I realized that the world we are rapidly going towards just absolute wackadoo crazy cray-cray. But it's everything. I don't know if that makes any sense. In my head, the progression of all of these things into deeper and deeper and better and more organized. Obviously not my speech, but the deeper and deeper we go, and the bigger and better that we get to these things, it seems like maybe it is my particular story. By the time I die, I kind of want to know that, reality is a joke. You know, the reality is expanding its own scent, I don't know, maybe by the, when you... What Legos? I'm putting Legos together, but I'm still talking. I think it's more I think the world's becoming as aware of itself as I am. To you and to everybody else. That's what I think. I think the world evolves as fast as you evolve. And that it's all it really is a personal journey. Because you're not going to see things through my perspective. You're always going to see things through your perspective. You're always going to see things through the books you've read. I could know about the books that MVP has read. MVP is one of the best read folks I've ever met. Just plenty of time to read. Joking, MVP. But I don't know that I will ever see the world the way that he sees the world. This is all to answer Matt's question of, am I real? But the concept of being real is am I don't know, am I necessary? Am I real? What's am, as a process, what's real? I don't know, Matt. I don't fucking know, pardon my language. I was trying to do Lego here, and now I'm writing my own book, Matt. Thanks. That's why I want to answer questions. I'm gonna turn the page here. Well, I'm missing pieces here and stuff. I'm trying not to answer any more questions. Hold on until I get this fixed here. You know the little pieces in Lego that like get shoved around. She's like, oh man, I don't need it right there, but maybe I need that there. All right. Damn questions, Matt. You got me all thrown off now. I'm kidding, Matt. I'm kidding. That was a good question. It's a good question. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I'll look up after I finish this little bit here. I'm gonna get to the next page. More building here. Good question, Matt. Am I real? For those of you that are like, I don't think he's ever actually answered the question. You're right, I haven't answered the question. I'm trying to figure out a way to just absolutely ignore the question, because listen to what I was driving my way into, like, accepting reality for itself. And I'm a millennial / Gen X, and I'm not allowed to accept reality for itself. Okay? I'm a millennial. You know that. None of us are allowed to accept reality for what it really is. It's gotta be something else. Okay, alright. Millennial, by the way. I don't even know if I know that there's like time things to being a millennial. And someone like really was like trying to drive in that like I'm an elder millennial. Like, no, I'm a Gen X. No, I don't know. What are you? Are you a Gen? Are you a boomer? I know there's a couple boomers on here still. I know that. I love boomers. Any more questions? What's the next question here? Got me all flummoxed there, Matt. Gen X, Herbie says. Gen X, Herbie is as Gen X as I've ever met. Herbie just doesn't give a fuck anymore. Like, whatever you guys are gonna break the world, huh? Alright, well, I'm here for the ride. So, let's see here. We got that going there. What's our next question here? Niffer says, born in the 80s, and I don't belong in any. Right? Me either, my guy. Me either. Gen X Waz says. Matt says, great answer. Well, thank you, Matt. Love you, my guy. Good morning to you. Shrooms. Bill D. I don't know what gen I am. Dog doesn't care. Alright, me either, my guy. Born in 70, Woody says. Here we go with voice to text, acting all wonky. MVP, what are you, like, chanting? Are you chanting while it's voice to text? Like, what's going on in the background? Is someone chanting? Thank you, Mush. I'm working on it right now. We're just thank you, Jack. You too, my guy. Born in 81, straight lost generation, right, Viv? Ken, born in 85. What are you? You're a millennial. Question, do I have a favorite strain of mushroom? There we go. We can get to talking about that. So, in the beginning, when I was out in Colorado, when I was first starting, like, really get into taking shrooms the way that, you know, I have been, or that I had been, or what, I really got it. I really enjoyed Golden Teacher, right? Golden Teacher was like walking into a rainbow every time. And at one point, I did a 7-gram Golden Teacher tea. I drank it all. Like I soaked 7 grams of golden teachers for about, I steeped it for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes with a lemon drop in there. And I drank all of that. And I was watching a thing on Netflix, and as soon as I drank the last drop, I felt like this rush. And I was like, and you know how you get like that, uh-oh. You know, like, uh-oh. What? Oh, no. Oh, boy. You know, like, oh, what did I just do? Because I had taken like PE, penis envy, and like penis envy didn't really seem to do much, right? And it was always like, but if I took golden teacher on top of the PE, then like the rainbow I would get into was a lot. It seemed to be a little bit more digital than usual. It was just beautiful, right? But so I wasn't like. I always thought like golden teacher was just like, all right, it's just a rainbow. It's not gonna do much. Screw it. What's 7 grams gonna do? I'm the guy that like I messed around taking like 6 tabs of acid every time I would take acid. Like you don't mess. I don't mess. If you're gonna get it, get it. Go get it. And so I drank the 7 grams of tea, or 7 gram tea, and I had that uh-oh moment. And it was the most beautiful, like a reset button, like right there. And you know how you power down, but then you slowly power back up the way that a Nintendo would power back up? Nerdy, you know what I mean. You just got one little button push. There comes the flicker screen. Capcom. Whatever. That's what it felt like. I felt like I rebooted back up, and there I was, player 1. Here we go. For the next week, I felt the damn thing for a week. And I can't tell you that, like, I was lost. Like, I just felt better for a week. Like, better. It was amazing. And so I went through that, right? And then I come out here to work with Pops and to do this, and I find the strain pink buffalo, and I can grow pink. I was growing pink buffalo for a while there. I really enjoyed growing it. Pink buffalo is like a beautiful, like it's super easy to grow strain. So, and I would take it, and it would. I don't know, it was an okay feeling, but when it comes to like taking shrooms anymore, I'd have to say probably ODPE is my favorite strain. And that's the strongest, most intense trip I've ever taken was on ODPE. 1.5 grams, not the 3.5 gram ghost trip that Free knows about. But no, 1.5 grams of ODPE. And I was out here in the garage before it was ever the Mush Lounge. It was a full-on garage. I'm out here in the garage. It's raining, and no one is around. There's no music going on, and I am gone. Like, 1.5 grams. Hallucinating as if I'm on DMT. Matt knows DMT. Like, and I would come back and I would like, what the? Holy shit, that was an entire life I just lived. And I had that happen like 3 times on this trip. 1.5 grams of ODPE. And I remember, and the definitive, like the one thought that came out of my head, and I said it out loud, so I remember it is, I am a lot of people. What? Yeah, that scared me. Like, I said that out loud, and I was like, who am I talking to? That I would need to say that out loud. I am a lot of people. Huh? So there's 1.5 grams of ODPE. So when it comes to like favorite strain, probably that one. I went through multiple lives, like timelines, and it was absolutely bonkers. So, so yeah, ODPE is probably my favorite. Burr, 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 burr. Let's get back to doing this, huh? I don't think I'll be finishing this, Derek Anderson, but definitely a good little venue to just talk, I suppose, right, guys? Especially when I drop a piece. Hold on, guys. This is why they make extras. So there's a Lego on my floor. Currently, as we speak, I gotta go find it real quick, or else I'm gonna step on it tomorrow, and I'm gonna hate my life. So 1 second, dead space. What I need you to do is I need you to imagine that there's music going on, kind of like ba da ba ba da. Hold on. Get the flashlight going. There we go. All right, I know where it is now. I can find it. When I need to. What's the next question that we need to talk about? What else are we talking about? Glad we can have this time. Putting together. At least we'll get. I kind of want to like get this little rover put together. Let's just do that. Okay. Did I even put that together correctly? All right. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. Good morning to everybody just joining or currently joining, wondering what the hell's going on. I'm putting together a Lego set this morning. We're just hanging out. We're just having fun. Just messing around, answering questions. Matt's already determined. Matt's trying to figure out if he's real. And I apologize, Matt. Like, I really wanted to tell you if you were real or not. I thought I could get there. And, someone asked me what my favorite mushroom strain was. That was ODPE. So that's a good one. How about any morning enormous, by the way. Good morning to you. Anybody have a new question? Anybody? Just putting Lego together, trying to get my little world here. Building this. Building that. So just answering questions, having fun, sticking around, just being here. Have you grown Enigma? No, I haven't. What have I grown? Like PE, like, do you like psilocybin? Do I like shroom? Yeah, I do. I don't like necessarily, like the mushrooms. I hate eating mushrooms. Oh God, I hate eating mushrooms. It's the worst ever. So like when we have like different ways of, why is it the shape of a jelly bean? Because, you're squinting. You gotta quit squinting. Open your eyes all the way. So yeah, when we figured out how to like do concentrate for mushrooms, that helped. When we figured out how to put it into chocolate, that helped as well. You know, nerd nature with his candies. Like that, you know, like the ability to like eat shrooms without ever actually having to eat shrooms, it's freaking huge. So Sandman says he's finally got Enigma ready for bulk LC again. That's awesome. Check out Sandman and his LC. We've got more to go. Any more questions? One more. Let's just don't be a dick is the golden rule. I don't care. You're squint. It's okay. I can be a dick back. Like it really. I'm not saying like I don't want this to be a troll Olympics or anything like that. But like you're gonna have to try really hard to like troll me. Chocolate is so much better. Sandy says. Sandy, not Sandy. Man, Sandy. We got a lot of Sandys. It's a desert around here. But like, it's hard to troll a troll, isn't it? I don't know. Show folks the Brock box. Brock box. Brock box. Oh, you mean like all the little that MVP? I remember the Brock box. No, I haven't had the Brock box running for a while now. I remember the Brock box. The Brock box had like 10 different strains that I grew, and that I capped them all. And so I was like, I would go to like everybody and be like, "What do you want? You want to see visuals? All right, I got this for you. What do you want? You want body high? Here you go. I got that for you. What do you want? You want like you want to be a different person? Here, eat 2 of these." You know, like I used to do that. That Brock box was dope, by the way. So, do I know where your keys are? No, I don't know where your keys are. Where are your keys, MVP? Alright, let's get back to where are your keys? Now I'm interested in where your keys are. So it's almost done with this guy here. I'm going to show you what we've been making this entire time that I've been working on answering all of your in-depth questions, by the way. In-depth, hard-hitting questions. One more here. At least I haven't had to do math. None of you guys have actually, so I appreciate that. I won't do math. Don't ask me anything math-wise. I don't want to do anything math-wise. So here we go. I've created life. We've got a little rover. I didn't know that that's what I was going to be creating. A little rover life. That's adorable. And that goes right there. Let me show you. That's what we made in the last 45 minutes of this stupid show. We're not getting to finish this at all. We are not going to... Should I just go to the book? I kind of want to just go to the book. Oh, maybe we should stop showing the stupid garage door show. Call this the garage door show. Let's just go to the book. I feel a lot more comfortable if we just get back to the book. If I'm not going to be talking to you or whatnot, let's just get back into the book. That was really funny. That's all we made was the little rover. I'm glad that we made the little rover, though. I was actually, wondering, when I would get around to making the little rover. So we made the little rover together, so that's kind of cool. Let's get back to the book. Hold on. Let's go back. I'm going to set up Okay. There we go. At least we can have it in the background if you want. The book. Alright, guys. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Pop says he's never watched any of my shows. And that's fine. I think it's funny. He's like, I don't. We have different like things, don't we? Like I listen to his shows. I'm like, how the hell did we occupy the same amount of time? Like, he goes through a lot. I don't. I dicked around and I think I went through like 2 pages of that stupid Lego book in like 45 minutes. How does he go through so much every show? How does he do that? Every show. So the last time we were in the book, we were learning about John Locke. Good morning, goodbye, good boy, how are you to everybody? Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I'm going through this book. The philosophy book. Big Ideas Simply Explained. We're on page 132. If you've got the book, if you're following along, we started from the beginning. We've been reading through a lot of different philosophies. Most of them, let's read through. We've been reading through it like death is nothing to us. That's good. The soul is distinct from the body. Alright. The end justifies the means by Machiavelli. Alright. Or we've got everything is made of water. Thales of Miletus. Okay. Everything is flux. Heraclitus. Everything is change, chaos. All leading up to John Locke. And remember last week we started off John Locke. No man's knowledge here can go beyond his experience. John Locke is an empiricist. An empiricist, meaning that you learn by doing instead of just by thinking. But he's trying to combine empiricism and rationalism. Rationalism says you learn just by thinking. You can only learn by thinking. Doing is just instinct. You're just doing. It's not because you learn, you just do because you do. Not because you know, you just do. It's not learning. It's not knowing. It's just doing. Empiricists say you can't do without knowing. And so you have to have an innate, a born into sense of things to do. Or to, I don't know, right? It's confusing. So John Locke is trying to combine it all together and he's one of those can't we all just get along? Philosophers trying to bring it all together. Locke was against the idea that human beings possess any kind of innate knowledge. Rationalism. He takes the view that the mind at birth is a tabula rasa, a blank tablet. Tablet? I said tablet. A blank tablet. Or a new sheet of paper upon which experience writes. In the same way that light can create image on photographic film. Kind of. That's almost like saying that everything's a Polaroid, but you have to have looked at something first before the Polaroid can happen. I don't know. Anyhow, according to Locke, we bring nothing to the process except the basic human ability to apply reason to the information that we gather through our senses. So it's a human function to apply reasoning to our experience. Okay. He argues that there is not the slightest empirical evidence to suggest that the minds of infants are other than blank at birth. We'll get to it. Hold on. And as this is also true of the minds of the mentally deficient, stating that they have not the least apprehension or thought of them. Locke therefore declares that any doctrine supporting the existence of innate ideas must be false. Okay, so let's get back to babies don't have innate. We've actually shown through wacky experiments, and they might talk about it here later on, that like babies know when there's depth. Like if you put a baby on a table and you get their mom like 3 feet away from the edge of the table trying to get the baby to come to them off the table, the baby isn't going to drop off the table. Right? Like the baby's going to be like, hey, I'm at the edge of this thing. I can't drop. Which means there's an innate knowledge of dropping. Like there's a sense of depth that happens. So, and so the baby just stops there. It's like, well, why wouldn't the baby... like crazy experiments have been done to find out that maybe there might be innate knowledge. Locke also goes on to attack the very notion of innate ideas by arguing that it is incoherent. Yeah! I mean, babies will shit themselves, but they won't, jump off a table to go to their moms. In order for something to be an idea at all, he states that it has to have been present at some point in somebody's mind. Oh, okay. It's different way of it being incoherent. Okay. But as Locke points out, any idea that claims to be truly innate must also be claiming to precede any form of human experience. Okay, jumping off a table seems like a fairly human experience. There aren't too many creatures that just jump off tables, let alone put other creatures on tables to wait and see if they'll jump off of a table. Woohoo! Humans are crazy, I'm telling you, right? But as Locke points out, any idea that claims to be truly innate must also be claiming to precede any form of human experience. Locke accepts that it is true, as Gottfried Leibniz states, that an idea may exist so deep in a person's memory that for a time it is difficult or even impossible to recall. Ooh, you got the latent memories type stuff. And so it's not accessible to the conscious mind. Maybe as a child, maybe as an infant, you heard the word God. And now your brain's like, what's the word God mean? Now you come to church when you're 3. Someone's like, God. And you're like, yeah, I've been hearing that word since Innate ideas, on the other hand, are believed to somehow exist somewhere, before the presence of any sort of mechanism that is capable of conceiving them and bringing them into consciousness. Like the idea of depth. The supporters of the existence of innate ideas often also argue that as such ideas are present in all human beings at birth, they must be by nature universal, which means that they are found in all human societies at all points in history. So we're talking about love and brotherhood. Plato, for example, claims that everyone potentially has access to the same basic body of knowledge, denying any difference in that respect between men and women. Like, we can be a dude, you can be a girl, you can do, you can think this, you can think that, no matter whether you're a dude or a girl or whatever. Similarly, in Locke's time, the theory was frequently put forward that because innate ideas can only be placed in us by God, they must be universal, as God is not capable of being so unfair as to hand them out only to a select group of people. So these innate ideas, it isn't human to have an innate idea. It's God to have an innate idea. So, like, as a human, you don't know depth until God puts depth in your head? What the Locke counters the argument for universal ideas by once again bringing to our attention that a simple examination of the world around us will readily show that they do not exist. Okay. Alright, Locke. Let's look at what you're trying to look at here. Even if there were concepts or ideas which absolutely every human being in the world held in common, okay? Even if there were universally held notions, Locke argues that we would have no firm grounds for concluding that they were also innate. He declares that it would always be possible to discover other explanations for their universality, such as the fact that they stem from the most basic ways in which a human being experiences the world around him, which is something that we all must share. A dog being a dog is just a dog being a dog. He's not being a dog because it's just easier for a dog to be a dog than it is for a dog to be a human. So you might as well just be a dog. In 1704, Gottfried Leibniz wrote a rebuttal of Locke's empiricist arguments in his New Essays on the Human Understanding. Oh, thank God Leibniz is going to come in and explain everything and clarify it all up. All right, Leibniz, let's go. Leibniz declares that innate ideas are the one clear way that we can gain knowledge that is not based upon sensory experience, and that Locke is wrong to deny their possibility. The debate about whether human beings can know anything beyond what they perceive through their 5 basic senses continues. Can you know more than you know? How do we know more than we know? Language as innate. Although Locke may reject the doctrine of innate ideas, he does not reject the concept that human beings have innate capacities. These guys are like, yeah, but. They're really good at creating the yeah, but. Indeed, the possession of capacities, these words, these really weird words, capacities, such as perception and reasoning, are central to his accounts of the mechanism of human knowledge and understanding. In the late 20th century, the American philosopher Noam Chomsky took this idea further when he put forward his theory that there is an innate process of thinking in every human mind. So the way we think, there's a universal A plus B way of thinking, which is capable of generating a universal, deep structure of language. You know, you think of like hell did we get to learn like each other's languages? We have so many different languages. You've got your clicks, you've got your snorts, you've got your drums, you've got your heys, you've got your whats, you've got your words, you've got your, all of them. And yet, we're all human. And we all have, like, different ways of saying the same things. So maybe there's a little bit of a sense of innate, if you will. Chomsky believes that regardless of their apparent structural differences, here we go, all human languages have been generated from this common basis. Being human. What does it take to survive? Hey, don't go there. How do I gotta tell you? What do I have to do to tell you, hey, don't go there? Or hey, don't eat these berries. Or hey, that animal's friendly. Locke played an important role in questioning how human beings acquire knowledge. At a time when man's understanding of the world was expanding at an unprecedented rate. And it really was. Like, we were learning so many different things because we were doing so many different new things at the time. We were expanding our global, like, economies and such. Like, so we had to figure out, like, how to structurally, like, is this the right way to do things? Are we learning the right way? Are we knowing the right way? Earlier philosophers, notably the medieval scholastic thinkers such as Thomas Aquinas, had concluded that some aspects of reality, Matt, were beyond the grasp of the human mind. But Locke took this a stage further. By detailed analysis of man's mental faculties, he sought to set down the exact limits of what is knowable. Can you know the exact size of the universe? Would be a question that John Locke would love to answer. Can you? How human are you? It's a good question that John Locke would ask you. How human are you? Whew. So that's the end of that. It's been a Monday, folks. Played with Legos. Read about philosophy. Just had a good Monday. Just had a good hangout day. I'll even take a hit off of a dab pen. Let's just... He hasn't dabbed at all. No, I'm gonna dab. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not completely changing. Can you live stream in Hooter? Is that like an app? Like a service? The problem with some of these caps, though, is they clog. There it is. All right. All right, charge that thing. Let's get out of here, guys. It's been a good Monday. No more Lego, Derek. No more Lego. That's a terrible idea. Let's get out of here, guys. I've had a really good show. I hope you guys have had a good show. I hope you just enjoyed each other. Chatted. We learned that I have no idea what reality is. Sorry, Matt. We learned that I'm a lot of people. Maybe you are too. I don't know. Who knows what life is? Who knows? I gotta charge this up, Herbie, or else I would be taking like rips. But I'm an idiot and I didn't charge my pen. So I'm trying to rip it here, and you guys... Maybe I can rip it. This has been one of my worst shows ever, actually. No, it's been a good show. It's been a good week. I've had a good week. A lot of yard work. More yard work. We got hot coming up this week. Finally getting a little bit of that heat that Free's been experiencing lately. Finally gonna get some of that tossed our way. Get that heat dome out of there. What are you in triple temperatures for, Free? Get out of there, my guy. Alright, I feel like I'm like killing time for no reason. So let's go. Let that pen charge up and let's just... I'm gonna read, let's do one song here. I feel like we need to do this song. Let's get out of here. No. Let's just do this one, okay. I don't want you to give it all up and leave your own life collecting dust. This is our prayer together. And I don't want you to feel sorry for me. You never gave us a chance to be. And I don't need you to be by my side and tell me that everything's alright. I just wanted you to tell me the truth. You know I do that for you. Right? So why are you running away? Right? And then it says it again. Why are you running away? Like I messed that up a little bit. I did enough to show you that I was willing to give and sacrifice. Man, this sad song. And I was the one who was lifting you up while you thought your life had had enough. And when I get close, you turn away. There's nothing that I can do or say. So now I need you to tell me the truth. You know I do that for you. Incubus, enormous, go away. Herbie, block enormous for an hour. I'm kidding, enormous. No, you're fine. It's Hoobastank. Is it me? Is it you? Nothing that I can do to make you change your mind? Is it me? Or is it you? Nothing that I can do. Is it a waste of time? Is it me? Is it you? Nothing that I can do to make you change your mind? I read every song almost like the boat ride from Willy Wonka. Like I've got like a really like Gene Wilder like appreciation for how I read things. So why are you running away? Right? You get like the emo like where you give A like 7 syllables. Why are you running away? What is it I have to say? And it to make you admit that you're afraid. What the fuck? Don't ever read the lyrics to these songs, folks. Let's get the hell out of here. Why are you running away? Oh, no. Alright, guys. Let's scroll out. Scroll me out of here. Let's get out of here. Crawling in the dark. Crawling in the dark. No. My wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what I feel. Oh, this lack of self-control I fear is it's haunting how I can't seem. You did it to me, the wads. This is all about the wads. We're doing it. Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. Oh, right? There's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface, consuming, confusing. This lack of self-control I fear is never ending. Controlling, I can't seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in without a sense of confidence. I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take. I've not this way before, so insecure. Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. Ooh. Discomfort endlessly has pulled itself upon me, distracting, reacting. Against my will, I feel it inside my own reflection. It's haunting how I can't seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in. Without a sense of confidence, I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take. I've done it this way before, so insecure. Crawling in my skin. These wounds they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. Crawling in. This is the wads. I'm sorry, man. You did this. You pushed the button, alright? These wounds they will not heal. Fear is how I fall. Confusing what what is real. There's something inside me that pulls me near the surface. Confusing. This lack of self-control I fear is never ending. It's all. Love you guys. Let's get out of here. Guys. Love you guys. Let's go home. CCS, where the hell are you? I miss CCS. He's the one that tells me to stop doing these things. I hope you guys have a great morning. I hope you guys take care of each other. Be nice, or at least be real. And if you're not going to be real, be Matt. And if you're not going to be Matt, be someone else. And if you're not going to be someone else, just be. And if you're not going to be, just do. And if you're not going to do, just be. I don't know. I'm be. And I'm done doing. You guys have a great morning. Love you guys. What, no hug?